We're all about sharing the facts and teaching the tricks. Let's talk all things about music, the life of music. Let's engage about the rhythm. Let's talk about our passion for melodies, sound, and those beautiful classics. Let's get educated about these decibels we oh so dearly love. On this podcast, we talk about these politics. Welcome to Music Politricks. Sanbonani dumelang kere ekse nakalina ke nabusi baba khulu baba dese bariki the queen of Pitori. And bona, welcome to another episode of Music Politricks. This is where we just hang out, we chill, we learn all the tricks, and of course teach all of the facts. Make sure to subscribe if you're listening via those streaming platforms on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Make sure to also just do the right thing, comment, review the podcast, add your comments, just do the right thing. Xara. Today on Music Politricks, it's all about the people behind the scenes that make the people we see famous. There's a series, they call them The Fixer. So now we're going to be basically speaking to a PR guru, a PR strategist, a fixer. And trust me, she's doing absolutely phenomenal in her industry. Bulie Nazo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, wow. Jesus. Thank you for that introduction. That was so amazing.
But you know this.
I couldn't have written that better myself. Yeah, no, thank you very much for that introduction.
No, shout out.
And thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for coming. I know you're a very busy person.
And also shy. I'm very shy.
And me. Where?
I actually really am shy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people like, why have you never tried to be on radio? And I'm like, I don't want this, the spotlight and all of it.
Yeah.
It's for other people, it's not for me.
And you've got a stunning voice also, hey?
Thank you very much.
Can you sing?
It's great for voice notes.
I'm thinking you're about to say voiceovers.
I know, voice notes. No, I can't sing.
Oh.
That's why they say those who can't do teach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can't even hold two notes together.
Well, look, you speak well, and I'm hoping that we're going to have an incredible conversation.
I'm also hoping that we will.
Yeah, I'm certain that we will. I mean, you are a PR strategist. You have really made people and their music get to the next level. How did it all start for you, and why did you choose PR?
Oh, wow. So basically, growing up, right, my dad was sort of in the limelight, so I didn't mention exactly. But like there were so many different misconceptions that happened with him. So I realized that, at first I actually used to want to be in advertising.
Okay.
Because more than anything, I'm actually very marketing orientated. I just kind of went into PR because I think all my stars aligned, So yeah, my dad was just in a lot of trouble all the time. So it kind of made me realize, the importance of realizing someone's true calling with what the public perceive as who they are. You know what I mean? Just kind of making sure that, there's a whole lot of responsibility that comes with it, that makes sure that people are actually represented the way that they are trying to, come out. Because a lot of times we don't realize that we are missing true gems because that they've got people that are not aligning them properly. So that's where it came from, fundamentally. But yeah, I just kind of gravitated towards that. But I've got more like a marketing strategist mindset more than anything else.
Okay. And out of curiosity, what did your dad, or I don't know if he still does that, what is your dad?
No, he was a politician. Eventually, I want to do that.
Oh, really?
No, not me. Behind the scenes of politicians.
I see. Hey, that would...
I still don't want the camera.
Okay. Because look, a lot of politics actually runs on PR. Without PR, it's futile.
Everything about it is literally that. And because at the time, I mean, it was very, when the ANC won in the 94, I never actually talk about this part. A lot of the people I work with actually don't know my real background. Is that, growing up from like a predominantly political background where you have so many factors kind of coming into the making of you. A lot of things get lost in translation. We forget so many things, and that's what I thought needed to kind of come about, and unfortunately I ended up in music, which he hates.
Well, fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah, he hates it. He's like, oh, mntanam wenza umculo. If you ask him. But I mean, true self is different ways. Like we all materialize in a different way, and music actually is fundamental to a lot of people. And politics it's like a whole big ball of understanding how we fit into this world, and that's how it works, you know what I mean? So I start off maybe from that serious perspective, maybe at some point when I'm 50, that's like soon.
Then you just do a sharp curve.
Yeah, and I'll hang up my bling.
Yeah,
have a necklace I have that's a bling necklace for the streets.
Yeah. But the thing is, you could have chosen any other type of PR, like this corporate PR. There's literally a variety. Why music though?
Because I love music. I love it. And also I'm a fun person.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy making people smile and I enjoy laughter and happiness and all of that. So, you know, anything that makes sense like that, it's easy for me. I don't think that what you do is supposed to make you like very like hectic. And I think corporate would have just, it's too much structure.
Yeah.
I don't really like that.
You're more like a free spirit.
Yes. Free spirit, but structured, but free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, it's again, I think everything kind of worked out very well for me in terms of that, like how it all just came together, which is, you know, I'm so thankful for. I'm truly blessed. I really am.
You are, and I'm so glad that you actually notice that you are, because, you know, a lot of people don't actually notice their blessings and not even grateful for them.
No, I wake up every day and I'm happy. You don't ask anyone. Look, I mean, there's some very depressing days.
Yeah.
You know, because life is not meant to be all smiles and flowers.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, actually understanding what it is that you're on this earth for, it actually makes such a big difference, because when you wake up and you understand this is what you're supposed to do, you know, because, you know, you get a lot of publicists or, you know, people in what I do that actually, they want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That's not my calling. And that's what I believe makes me, you know, different and unique in terms of how I'm able to kind of position the people that I work with in a way that's kind of, you know, that can change people's lives.
Sure.
And that's it for me. That's actually always been my driving force, is that.
And how did you get that foot in the door where PR is concerned? Because I also understand when you're in like the big deal of it, it's actually not easy to get in.
So, believe it or not, my very first job was So, my dad was a politician, kind of chose the wrong cadre to align himself with.
Yeah.
You know, so I was busy studying my BCom marketing and communication management degree at Tux. And then I think I was two modules short of my actual degree. 52 course degree. I was 2 modules short. And, you know, there was no more money. You know, so I had to go back home to East London, which was terrible for me.
Yeah.
You know, so I took a bus for the first time in my life. I took a bus, and yeah, I was sleeping on my sister's couch. And the very first job interview I got was at Electromode with the late Chris Galakis.
May his soul rest in peace. What an awesome human being.
That was my first job interview, 2011. And I remember at that moment in time, there's a KFC there by Electromode. Well, it's now called Virgin Music.
Yeah.
There's a KFC there. And every time I look at it, I'm like, yeah, that's KFC. Because I didn't have enough money to take a taxi back home. So I'd never taken taxis as well. I'd never taken taxis. I'd never... that's why I say I always think about it. I'm like, I'm actually really blessed because, you know, that's what taught me how to, you know, like I understand survival from that. I thought I did. but I didn't. And yeah, from KFC, I waited for a friend of mine who came, gave me taxi money, and then I got a job offer same time.
Wow.
In the taxi. And yeah, I never looked back, man. And that was actually for junior digital marketer.
Okay.
So I started off as a junior digital marketer. I was working on different campaigns. I worked on Tear Gas, the Hansa Pilsner campaign. That was 2011. And then I also worked on Drake, which was...
That is so cool. That is so cool.
I met him and I just was just like... Is this really happening? And that was like 6 months into me doing working into my very first position in this. So it just kind of made me realize how much harder I needed to work and what kind of I was so lucky to be put in that position. There was absolutely no ways that I was not going to do my absolute best.
And how did you move now from digital marketing into the world of public relations?
So what happened was, it's so weird because marketing is like a big, it's an entire field. So the different little elements of marketing is what PR is.
100%.
So what happened was the late Chris Galakis' late wife, Maria. I started doing O-Ship with Fish and Euphonic.
Yeah.
So I was doing the digital marketing there.
Nice.
And then that's when she was like, let's start Stamp Communications. Because now I just moved. I'd created a space where we're not just doing PR for musicians and all of that. And we started now moving into creating spaces where artists could actually now expand and be understood as brands.
Yeah. Very important also.
Yes, very important. So when we did O-Ship, it was now just moving away. It's still lifestyle entertainment. And it was just creating that kind of, you were bridging the gap of the two. And that's what happened. So because we were doing that, it just moved away from what Electromode was. And Stamp then became, the marketing, lifestyle and marketing brand. Lifestyle and marketing agency, for brands. So when we started doing that, it kind of made more sense then to kind of start Stamp.
Okay.
And then the little bits and pieces and the little elements of what marketing is, that's what then that I started started expanding into. Okay. So understanding all of it. So I still got I actually ended up getting my I'm a certified digital marketer.
Nice.
Now, yeah.
Shout out.
I did that. And then, we started getting more brands. Got L'Oreal Paris.
Nice.
I was doing the digital strategy for L'Oreal Paris. I did, Power Play. So we started expanding and then working also on Coke Studio, all of those things. So kind of understanding the different elements of how everything works and how all the different pieces of the puzzle work. That's what I started kind of mastering, and then that's how I ended up also getting the publicist side.
Okay.
And then it just kind of stuck. That's why I always say, everyone always says, oh, you're a publicist. No, I'm not. I'm not a publicist.
Well.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, I'm also glad that you bring up Electromode, because I was actually going to ask, what is the relationship between Stamp Communications and Electromode?
Chris Galakis was my business partner. And he was my mentor. He was my everything. He was like my second father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was the relationship. I mean, other than that, I still work with other distributors. Okay. It's not like, even now, I won't mention the meeting I just come from. It's like I meet with everybody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not, and also everyone understands that, you can't just, for instance, someone that works with, let's say, one particular brand, just because there's a competitor doesn't mean now you're only stuck there.
That's true.
The relationship is literally that. It's just that, in the beginning I started working there. And it was like, where I learned everything.
So now there's Stamp Communications and it has started. Who is that very first big artist that you do something really big for as Stamp Communications?
So you just say that. Okmalumkoolkat.
That is so cool. Tell me
That's
more.
actually it's so weird. I was actually at a show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, I'm like, you're still my favorite artist.
Sure.
Because you can't tell that. You have to tell all the artists that they're your favorite. Because, there's like your kids. All of say, no, that one is my favorite, but this one's also my favorite.
Yeah, because if the other one finds out the day, it's going to cause a little
No, man, he's such an amazing human being, We started working together from 100K, like I said. Yeah. So, I mean, it was very traumatic working with him because of all the drama and everything. But I mean, it taught me so much about myself. And he's just an incredible human being.
So, of course, there was a lot of drama where Okmalumkoolkat is concerned. Were you still doing PR with him at the time?
Started at 100K, like I said.
And still going?
And still all of it. No, not and still going.
Okay.
I think he went to, afterwards, I think, he went to Universal.
Okay.
At some point, and then...
Okay. So
but I mean, we still have a very good relationship. I've got a very good relationship with a lot of artists of mine that I've worked with, and then they also cross over to, to labels.
Nice.
That's fine. That's always, because, we're here for a good time.
Yeah, because in that case, I guess growth is good, and you guys are still on good terms with all the artists that you've worked with.
Yes. Oh no, there's nothing better than actually, walking into an event and you're seeing artists that you've worked with before, and like songs that that you've been involved in, like just anything, that you've been a part of, and it's just such a good feeling. It's great.
I mean, just now we're talking about Okmalumkoolkat, and of course we all know about the controversy that has happened. What do you do then in a situation like that? When there's a storm brewing or the storm is currently happening, as a publicist, to basically calm the storm?
You gotta know the person that you're working with and understand the brand. So that's it. That's actually your go-to places to understanding the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Again, he's such an incredible person, and there's a lot of things that happen in anyone's life.
Yeah.
And just knowing that and just understanding the true north of that part, I think it will take you everywhere.
Are there times where you sort of foresee a crisis happening? What do you then do, like in terms of working with artists? I can imagine it happens.
So many. There's so many instances when you're like, this is gonna happen, and then you know what? Especially with the females.
Yeah.
With the females, because unfortunately in this day and age that we're in, females, like it becomes, I'm one female that's actually, I don't do really makeup or any of those things, but we get judged by certain things.
Yeah.
And you can foresee when something. And then at the same time, you also want to let them be themselves.
Yeah.
Now it's a situation where it's like a crisis and you're like, I tried to tell you, it looked like I was saying something else. But, man, it happens, and you kind of, again, your true center is always going to be about, I mean, for instance, I don't really pick clients that I don't feel. There's a number of clients I could tell you that I've tried and they say, let's work, and I'm like,
nah.
I'm not really feeling your energy. I'm not feeling, I get what you're doing, but I don't get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta align yourself with that person and see, are you guys really here together?
Sure.
And
so how do you plan then for a crisis? How do you plan? Like, what do you do then? Like, what's the next step?
Crisis management. You can't really plan crisis management. I've actually done quite a few crisis management situations. What you gotta understand, I think the most important thing is, number one, again, understand your client.
Yeah.
Don't ever be disingenuous in terms of what they are.
Yeah.
Don't try and say your client is navy, but then you're like, oh, okay, let's make this situation yellow. You know what I mean? The cracks are always going to show. The consumer is never stupid.
Yeah.
So you can never actually assume that the consumer is stupid. You must always assume the consumer is very much aware.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is then highlight the different things that you want to be seen. So if it's navy, you know, you got to show the different lights and the different aspects of that navy. Instead of saying, okay, it's just navy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, 100%. And what's the worst crisis you've ever experienced in your career?
The worst, in terms of how it affected me. I don't know if I would call it a crisis, but last year, December, I was out with mates and stuff at a concert, and then I found out that Chris had passed away. Then I had to actually now prepare a press release. That was literally in my head. I thought I was a strong person. I didn't realize how hard that would be.
Whoa.
Then I had to obviously then deal with like international media and all of those things. That thing really cut me open, like in terms of having to analyze so many aspects of myself, because then I needed to dig very deep, because in that moment I know that this is what he wanted me to do.
Yeah.
And then I had to now dig deep and write it. And he expected me to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you would call that a crisis, but that's something that I never thought I would ever have to do. I don't know why, actually. I never thought I would have to do that.
Yeah, because if not you, who
You know what I
else,
mean?
right?
Like, I don't know why. I never
Yeah.
saw something like that,
Sure.
but I didn't. And yeah, no, if ever there was something that really caught me unawares, I thought I had it all together. But, you know, we pulled through. Luckily, I've got a very strong support structure in terms of, like, you know, Chris's son, Nick, he's now the VP at Virgin Music. And Nicole, she's also the other VP. So in terms of them, I mean, luckily for me, I've got such a good support structure in terms of, okay, cool, we're a team, this is how we're going to do it. But yeah, no, it was very hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Only imagine. And shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it's not easy, you know. So to be able to actually endure is not very easy. So the fact that you did, shout out. Shout out for that, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about the good stuff, though. What are
The
some
good
of
stuff. So many good things.
What are like the most craziest, best moment ever that has ever happened from PR perspective? For
Oh
you?
my goodness. Where do I start?
There's many, I can imagine.
Can I give you maybe one scenario?
Cool.
I'll give you a scenario of watching something that you know the back end of the blood, sweat and tears when it comes into fruition, and it happens, and you stand there and you watch and you're like, yeah, it's happening right now.
Yeah.
And it happens so many times. I can't actually pinpoint one, but I know with, like, you know, with the artists that I've worked with, you know, we all have our moments, and you know, we're all very, very honest about when that moment happens for us. And that's why I think I also have such a good relationship with so many of them, is because fundamentally we go through those moments together. You know, the blood and the sweat and the tears. There's literally been lots of blood, lots of, you know, sweat, lots of tears.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a crier. I'm a big crier.
It's good to cry.
You know, yeah. So it's literally one of those things where you kind of, yeah. So those are the best moments when you actually sit back and you watch something that you've worked very hard for happen.
Give us one example.
Again, for instance, like with Fresh and Euphonics O-Ship, you know, we worked so hard to try and, you know, put that thing together, because it was a first. You know, it's one of my proudest moments.
Yeah.
where we stood, and I was like, oh my word. You know, I was standing on the ship, and you know when you walk to the ship at MSC and you like see, it's like this 13-story, and this is what you've actually been behind.
Incredible.
You know, and you're like, yeah, okay, great. And then you get on the ship and all the different little elements, and you know, you see so many people that are happy, and you see so many like photos afterwards of people celebrating and just enjoying.
Sure.
And you're like, yeah, you know, I was part of something really amazing. So I think I worked on it for 5 years.
That is
I
cool.
did it. I did the digital and the PR for 5 years, and that was really something great. Yeah, it was. It's awesome.
So music shapes culture, especially in such a country like South Africa. We love music. What are some songs that have really stood out for you that you played a very big role in where PR is concerned? I'm sure there's many.
Yeah.
But you could give us a couple.
Mobi Dixon's City Rains.
Oh,
So if you go look at the music video,
yeah.
he's not even actually in the video that much. And right at the end is, so I know Mobi Dixon from high school.
Yeah, because he's also from the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, he actually played on my 21st.
Oh, that's so cool.
Before he was like someone.
That's so cool.
And we call him Peanut. He's going to hate me for that.
Oh, wow, Peanut.
So, I mean, he's been a friend for years. And we had a very, very good mutual friend. He's actually in the video, and he passed away.
Oh, man.
And in City Rains, he's hardly in the music, like in the video, because, you know, he was at another label. And then I was like, come to Election Mode, I can help you, let's do this. And we planned for it so much that, you know, we did something that no one had ever done before. So previously they had released Love Color Spin with Masaki. So they released it before, and then it didn't do so well. Then I was like, no, it's a good song. We're going to keep it in the vaults.
Yeah.
Let's release City Rains. And then after City Rains, we're going to do Love Color Spin again. You know, and that's what we did. And incredibly,
It worked.
it worked. And it was literally like just a feeling and like belief in the project. And so he shot the music video himself.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why he's hardly in it. We always joke about it, and like, because I was like, dude, you need a video. You need a video for this thing. You know, and it took us like maybe a couple of months to push, and he just believed in what we were doing. And that's why, like, you know, we've always worked together.
That's
you know,
so cool.
we've always had such a really good camaraderie in terms of how we, you know, talk and speak. Even when he went to go sign to a label, we were always talking like, you know, he'll call me for like advice about this and that, and we still have such a good relationship.
Other songs, or you can give us
That's
another
the one.
example, yeah?
Glee.
Oh.
Actually, 100K Makazet and Glee, both of them. Yeah.
How did Okmalumkoolkat find out about Maya? Shoma Josie.
Do you know Glee wasn't even actually supposed to be in the album?
Oh, snap.
We did a listening session, it wasn't there, and then Chris calls me to studio and he's like, Bulie, you have to hear the song. So we hear it. I'm like, I will Smith, why is the song? He's like, I was like, we're not even going to listen to you. So we're like, we're not going to listen to you. The song is going. That's the one. And that's the one.
Great decision. Fantastic decision.
I mean, it's you know, that's why I say, like, I loved working with him. He was really just, you know, just such a breath of fresh air.
Fundamentally, what are some important things that artists really need to know, you know, because, I mean, we're in an age where a lot of people are independent. They understand sort of what PR is, but they don't necessarily understand it in essence, in detail. But what would you say to artists like that right now?
You know, a lot of artists don't know how important it is, you know, to how they present themselves. It's so important. Like, a lot of artists like will come to and ask, please can we have a meeting with you? Right? I'm like, cool. Let me play, like, my music is amazing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Play me your music. I'm like, oh, well, you and your boys just like smoking weed and stuff and like just listening to this music by yourselves. who are you making this for? You know what I mean? Or someone has got, let's say, 2 streams on this song, and then they want to take it to radio. I'm like, you've got 2 streams. Not even your family is listening to your music, dude. Like, what makes you think anyone is going to want to hear it? You know what I mean? There's zero research done behind what kind of sound you're trying to put out, what kind of look you're trying to put out. You know, some people's social media is non-existent. Yeah. You know, and in this day, and you know, in this day and time, social media is your easiest sell. Yeah. You know, we coming into an age where influencers are making music right now for a reason. Because they've actually got influence, you know. The numbers are speaking and people are listening to them. So, you know what I mean? So now it translates. And a lot of people aren't understanding that thing is so crucial in terms of when you're trying to, you know, make anyone listen to your stuff. So a lot of people aren't doing that, like, enough research. Aren't understanding why they doing music. You know, they're not even trying. And just because you've got the budget to push something doesn't mean it needs to be pushed.
Yep. Facts.
And that's it.
Facts. Who should we look out for? Who, as lovers of music, as consumers of music?
I'll give you my clients.
well, look, you can give us your clients, you can give us people that you've been like keeping an eye out on, really anything, but who should we really look out for?
Leslie. She's an amazing, I mean, last night she did this mix where she put, you know, that song by Fresh, you see, I told you I can't hold 2 beats together. But I know when something is offbeat.
Okay, sure.
She mixed this with Nige, and also I was just like, wait, what is this? You know, she's an amazing, I mean, there's so many great, I'm so happy we're in an era now, female DJs are actually getting a voice. I'm loving it. Yeah. You know, I don't understand why everyone is hating on like a Paul Tusi for wanting to do this.
She must absolutely live her best life.
You know what I mean? Like, she's looking amazing behind those decks, you know? Like, she's doing so many... If this is what she wants to do, like, why are we hating on it? Yeah. And, you know, you find that it's a lot of females that are hating. And that's actually something that all of us need to internalize and ask the questions about. Why are so many females actually not supporting? And, you know, the guys are loving it. They're like, but it's the women that are like, you know? And it's I don't get it. I cannot fathom a world where other women are actually bringing other women down. You know, we should be bringing each other up in every single space.
And we need each other.
We really do. We actually really do. You know, so Leslie, I think she's lovely.
Leslie, all right.
Yes, you know, she's an amapiano DJ.
Okay.
She actually also DJs for Busiswa.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah, I was working with Busiswa, another amazing person.
Yeah.
You know, I consider her a friend, and she's such a beautiful person. And also Lord Script.
Okay.
Right. He's just done a song with someone else that you should. He's got a song with Blackie, Nasty C, Okmalumkoolkat, and Musicaholic. All of them in one song. Should be legal.
Sure.
Listen.
Already that collab is
no,
like,
it's got a song. It's out. You must go check it out.
Yeah,
right?
I definitely will.
And so he's also done a song with someone named Usmamani.
Okay.
Usmamani is someone everyone should be looking out for.
Okay.
He is incredible. I think the first time I heard him last year, I was just like blown away. Okay. You know, the way that he actually just kind of, you know, lays it down is so incredible. It's inspiring to hear, you know, young voices coming through and actually pushing the boundaries and, you know, trying different things. And, you know, it's such a beautiful thing to watch. So I think those are my go-to.
Big shout out. Thank you so much for joining us, Bulie.
Thank you so much for having me.
This has been very insightful. I mean, seeing PR from this perspective is so cool, firstly. And I'm just like, geez, what a cool job. Like, what?
I hope none of the people I mentioned are going to be mad at me.
I don't think so. I mean,
No, but they got my number, so what do you want to say?
it's not like you said anything controversial,
No.
except for Peanuts. You see, Peanuts.
Peanut is going to be
That
very
is funny.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Peanut.
Thank you so much for joining us. Keep shining. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you.
I love your work.
Thank
I
you very much.
do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No, big shout out. And of course, from us, Honamo, on Music Politricks, it is the one and only Bulie Nazo. A big shout out to the wonderful restaurant that we are at. It's called Mama Put. It's in Sunning Hill. The food is absolutely delicious. So make sure to do the right thing and pay them just a visit. Yeah, do the right thing. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, the whole thing, like and a comment. From us, Bulie Nazo and myself, Kalina Nabusi, Baba Kulu, Baba Dese, the Queen of Fitori. We're outie.